What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sista Gurl on Films, and I'm coming back with another movie review. Most of you are watching this on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, or happy Lover's Day, or happy buy me something to show you love me, because that is my love language day. Whatever you want to call it, okay? So today I will be reviewing The Photograph, which stars Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. And y'all, I have been looking forward to this movie. Like, it has been promoted like crazy on social media, and usually when movies do that, I get so annoyed and I'm like, child, I'd be glad when the release date is here because I'm tired of all these ads. But I didn't feel that way about this one. I was looking forward to it. We have not had a great black love story for like young people in a very long time. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. I've seen a lot of people hoping that this will compare to Love Jones. Can we please be clear? Can we please clear something up? Nothing is going to compare to Love Jones. Nothing. Love Jones was a movement all by itself. It was something all on its own. There will not be another Love Jones. They could reboot, remake, redo Love Jones, and they still won't get the classic, legendary, amazing performances, storyline, music, cinematography, all of the above that we got from the original Love Jones. So we can just end that comparison right now, okay? And I was one of those people that did it, so I'm talking to myself too, you know what I'm saying? So The Photograph follows May, who is a museum curator and a very successful, beautiful black woman living in New York, who just recently had to deal with the passing of her mother, who is Christina, who is played by Shantae Adams. And in finding her mother's belongings and gathering them, she finds a letter that her mother wrote to her. And in this letter, her mother talks about basically a love lost that she had when she was a young girl. She was in love with this man named Isaac, who is played by Elon Noel. I hope I'm not saying his first name wrong. May is just, reading this letter, finding out more about her mother, who she kind of had a little bit of a strained relationship with. And at the same time, there is Michael, who is a reporter, who is trying to write a cover story about Christina, May's mother. And in researching Christina, he finds out about Isaac. So he goes to Louisiana and he meets with Isaac and he does an interview with him. Michael and May, they meet up so they can discuss a little bit more about Christina so he can finish up his article. And of course, when they meet each other, sparks fly instantly, and then there's this immediate attraction. And then we have this budding love story called The Photograph. That's what this movie is about, y'all. And honestly, I really enjoyed this movie. I appreciated the fact that this is a romantic drama and not a romantic comedy. And although Lil Rel is in it, and he is a comedian, and he does provide some comedy relief, that is not the focus of it, and it's not distracting. It seems very natural in the scenes that he's in, and it seems, appropriate in the manner that it does happen. But for the most part, this is a romantic drama. So know that going into it. Please understand that there might be some dry parts, not a whole lot. I didn't get bored with it, but there was a man that fell asleep in the movie theater that I was in. But there were also a lot of old people in the movie theater I was in. Correlation? Possibly. Anyway. So what I really loved about The Photograph is the story of Christina and Isaac. By far my favorite part of this film. I honestly wish that Christina and Isaac's love story had been the primary storyline, with May and Michael's kind of being the secondary storyline, because it was flipped. Because I was so much more invested in their love story, y'all. Like, it was so good. It was a real love story. There was a part where Christina had, I'm not gonna give any spoilers in this review, y'all, but there's a part where she just broke down and started crying about something that happened. And I almost shed a thug tear. I almost did. I held it together, y'all, but I almost shed a tear. It was very moving. And I was just here for their chemistry. I was here for their love story. It had more meat to it. It just had more to it. So I definitely loved their love story for sure. I also really enjoyed the cinematography of this film. This is yet another Black film that is shot beautifully. I felt like Queen and Slim was shot very beautifully, and I feel the same way about this movie. There was a lot of attention given to the colors that the actors wore. The melanin was popping. Like, again, we had a movie set in Louisiana, and New Orleans was featured for a little bit. And again, it just captured the vibrancy of New Orleans and respected the jazz culture and just a lot of things that people love about New Orleans. It also did something that I actually asked for movies to do, but it doesn't happen often. It actually made New York look like a place I would not mind visiting. Okay. It didn't have a bunch of crime scenes. It didn't have a bunch of sirens. It didn't look really dirty. It looked really nice. Now, it did look like I was too broke to be looking at some of these set pieces in some of these houses that they were filming in, because they were gorgeous. But I appreciate the fact that they showed young, Black, successful people living in homes that were millions, I would imagine millions of dollars in New York. So I definitely appreciated that representation in this movie. And then lastly, yet again, another Black movie with some banging ass music. Queen and Slim was getting it with the music. And now we got the Photograph that has some banging music. Like, the music was jamming when they did our flashbacks back to the early 80s. I was jamming. They had my childhood favorite song, Superwoman by Karen White. Honey, you can tell me when I was 6 years old that I was not a superwoman. I wasn't the kind of girl that you could lay down and think everything is okay. I'm only human at 6 years old, y'all. I was only human. Okay? This girl needs more than occasional hugs, just to talk about nothing. I wanted to hit him with a ooh, baby, but it wasn't time for that. They wasn't ready. Looks like y'all wasn't ready just now. But the music was so good. I was tapping and jamming to everything. So those parts of it I really enjoyed. Now, it wasn't a perfect film, and unfortunately, it did not give me all the feels that I wanted. I did not leave wishing like, oh, to be in love is so great. Oh, that was so good. I hate to say it, I did not leave with those feelings. I did not like how everything just progressed so quickly between Michael and May. Like, one of the things I love about Love Jones is that with Darius and Nina, like, Darius had to work for it, honey. Like, Nina, no matter how fine Darius was, because he was fine, okay? When he asked Nina for her number after that club, after they did the open mic poetry session, she was like, no, you can't get my number. Bye-bye. Didn't give him the digits. And then when he just happened to run into her at the record shop, he had to sneak and get her address and find out what she liked, so he at least tried to woo her in some way, shape, or form. And even then, she was still kind of turned off by it. I said, you are a creeper. But I guess, child, I'll go on this little date with you or whatever. And then that's how the relationship bloomed. Like, he had to work for it. She was feeling them, but she like, nah, boo, I'm just out of a relationship. I can't just give you this good and go on a date with you that fast, brother. May did not do that. She saw him. They made uncomfortable eye contact, which I'm going to get to that in a little bit. And they went out for drinks and they met up, and it was too fast, honey. Make them work for it, honey. So that's one of the things I did not like about this film. I also did not like where there were times when Michael and May would have they would stare at each other and it would just be too long. Like, they did it a lot. Like, a couple of like subtle like flirty catches of the eye and looking at each other's one thing, but it happened like dang near every time they were in scene together, and I hated it. I was like, I want them to maybe some dialogue or maybe a subtle touch or something. They're just a staring in the eyes. Like, it was weird. I wasn't feeling that at all. And that's pretty much it. I just really wanted more from the Michael and May story, which was our main story of the film. So that's really sad to say. But other than that, y'all, I really enjoyed this film. I think it's one of those ones where you watch it again and you'll start to fall in love with it more and more, which I think that it's a good thing to say about this film. So because of that, I will definitely give this a Sista Gurl rating of must see. Now, it's not a must see because, again, like I said, not because it's a perfect film or anything, because I had issues with it, but really I feel like people need to go out and support Black filmmakers, Black actors, these types of films that aren't, there's no violence in this film. There's no man bashing in this film. There's no daddy issues for the most part in this film. Now, they do kind of hit on the trope of toxic Black mother, but it kind of goes with the overall issue that our main character has. I still wasn't completely there for it, and I almost wish it hadn't been a part of it, but I understand why it's in there. So that's why I didn't really bring it up as a negative for me, because I get why it has to be in there. But it showed Black people in such a beautiful, and I mean beautiful light. It featured a beautiful chocolate lead lady in Issa Rae. It showed Black families. It showed working class Black folks, corporate Black folks. It just really, it's worth watching. And it's definitely worth supporting, because we need people who are giving out money to see that if they give these filmmakers money and bigger budgets for these films, Black audiences will come out for it. So we have to go support this film because, number one, it's worth the support. It is a good film. To me, it's worth a watch. I'll definitely actually go check it out again. I saw the audience was it was pretty packed when I went, and I went like at 2 o'clock today, and it was pretty packed. So I imagine this weekend it'll probably be sold out. And it was a mixed crowd. There were white folks in there, Black folks in there, and I loved that about it. There were no other Valentine movies that came out this weekend, which I thought was strange. Like, people want love stories, you know? And they came out, they had a horror film and a comedy that were released. Okay, so it kind of looks like this might be a win for The Photograph this weekend, which I'm excited about. So let me know in the comments below if you plan to go check out The Photograph. Name your favorite all-time Black love story movie. My all-time favorite, I love Love Jones, obviously. And then close second is Their Eyes Were Watching God with Halle Berry. It's such a good love story. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, so let me know which one you guys love, which ones, multiple ones, that's fine. And as always, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see y'all next time for something else. Have a safe and wonderful Valentine's Day, and thank you so much for your support, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Holla!